What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the forest. So we crashed our plane yet again. I don't know what's wrong with these planes, but they're not very reliable. So today we're on the plane. The new update just came out, 0.03, came out last night. I was gonna do a video last night, but I was like, you know, I'll just stick to my schedule and just do them at noon. I'm not going back to 2 videos a day, just because of the update. Oh, there's a... Oh! Is that in my inventory? Keeps track of your steps. Steps taken. P to close. I am down to close that. I will check on it eventually to see how many steps we've taken. That's pretty cool addition. Not necessary, but pretty cool addition. We need to take some meds. There we go. The health bar looks a little bit more red than normal. There's a lot of things that were added into the game. I was going to open up the patch notes on my side monitor, but I kind of forgot. But I know that the yacht no longer spawns in the same spot. There is a special item on the plane. There's a few other things that were added. The inventory is now like 100% fixed. Or so they say. And there's no new caves, there's no new anything like that, but it seems like they're really working on trying to get people to play for the long run, because now your items no longer will get deleted, like your building progress won't get deleted anymore, which is also really cool. There's a few other things like some bug fixes and some random like optimizations for memory. A lot of people were like overdoing memory, like their game was crashing at 8 gigs of RAM, which is outrageous. They also lowered the memory so 32-bit OSs can handle it, because 32-bit OSs actually have a maximum amount of RAM that you can have, which is like 3.8 or 3.2 or something. I forget what it is. So it should be able to run on 32-bit operating systems now, which is really cool if you have like a laptop that's kind of forced to use 32-bit. And it no longer says you need more, you can't carry any more raw fish when you try to carry more rocks. Alright, so when they start heading over, that's when we start getting the fuck out of here. Because screw that bitch, we're getting the hell out of here. The little phone thing, since they have it added into the game, I feel like they could add a lot more things into that, like a map of some sort. Maybe you could find like a damaged phone or something on the ground, and you can like gather more and more information and put it into the phone. That'd be pretty cool, like just like random phones around the map that you can like get parts of the map, or somebody's contacts, or maybe like listen to a phone call, or maybe find the black box from the plane and use your phone to like do something with it. Or I'm really looking forward to the whole story mode thing. So that way, not really story mode, just a way to end the game. And I want it to be really long and treacherous to try and end the game. Wow, thunder and lightning's really loud. I want it to be really long and treacherous to try and end the game. That way it's like hard and you don't really do it right away. And I hope after you end the game you can still keep playing. That would be cool too. So now you can actually carry, I think, 7 sticks. That way it's just a little bit easier for crafting. I don't know if these things are infinite anymore. I'll have to see once I have enough cloth and enough alcohol. It seems like they do need to turn down the weather effects. Let's see if there's actually a separate option for weather effects. Doesn't seem like they have anything. Yep, I don't think they really have anything. That's fine. Maybe turn down weather effects meter would be a good thing. Maybe separate volume meters for effects versus that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Daisy does it. And I was told that these go in your inventory now. These healing plants. Guess I was mistaken by the patch notes and how they worded it or something. I do have birds now, because I'm not on the No More Birds mod. I'm actually in the official 0.03 patch. So we have birds. And we want to kill this guy, because we want his parts. There's 2 new effigies. One is just a head on a stick. The other is like some like hands raised toward the sky. There is benches inside the furniture section now. I can actually just show you this stuff. Furniture. There's a bench. I'm pretty sure inside shelters, this log cabin actually has a place to sleep now. And it also has a working hinged door, as well as just a place to sleep, yeah, basically. And I think a hinged window. I could be mistaken on that. So we are going to be building a log cabin, since we also don't lose progression from placing down logs now. So that's also really cool. We're just getting our initial setups going, and then the thing is, we need to find the yacht, which is like a mission. We need to find the yacht, which is like the coolest thing ever now, because it just adds another aspect of finding something. The yacht is really important because the flare gun is on it. There's a whole bunch of food on it. There's also the tape recorder, which will restore energy while we're chopping down trees to build our log cabin. And it's definitely just a side mission to be able to do something like that. We need to build a basic shelter before we finish the first episode. That way we can save. Oh, and your axe actually comes out now after throwing a tennis ball. So there we go. We're really getting some progress on these patches. A lot of them, well, at least today's or yesterday's patch was kind of like more or less bug fixes and adding a few new things here and there. Nothing crazy new. But now that most of the really bad game-breaking things are fixed, I think they're going to start heading in the direction of actually adding in more of the storyline. They're going to open up the mountain area. They're going to be doing things like that. So that's really cool, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Sometimes there's like something in that rock. I guess they kind of fixed the no-clipping issue. I think they did fix the no-clipping issue. I think that also is part of the patch notes. So the question now is, where do we want to build? Do we have enough food to survive? I don't think hunger really is like a bad thing anymore. I don't think it really does anything to us. We can roam the coast and just see if we can find the yacht before we decide where we're going to build. I did like the place I built. Oh, we already found the yacht. Look at us. Huh. This is one spot the yacht could be. I was hoping that would take a little bit longer to find the yacht, but I guess not. What is that? It's just a regular old... Oh. It's like brain coral. What are those? There's like random leaves or stuff. Okay, so they're starting to add like some stuff you would expect to find on the beach. I think those are supposed to be not doing that, but that's okay. Birds are landing on the shark. I hope there's no sharks out this deep. The fuck is that? Okay, that's a turtle. Okay, it's just turtles, and I don't think there's any sharks out this deep. I think they probably put the yacht somewhere where it wouldn't be... I don't think they should have it, like, sitting in one place. I think they should have a rock underneath it, something that they like, kind of hit or something. No cassette player? And the flare is actually at the front of the boat now. It's not underneath it, in case people were wondering. That was actually a glitch where the flare gun would fall through the boat. It no longer does. Alright, I'm just being careful for sharks. I do not want to get eaten this early. That would absolutely suck. And here we go. And our inventory is looking pretty good so far, just after a little while. There's also, I kind of hope it's something that they also do fix in the future. Is just the amount of time that it takes to literally fill up an inventory and then you just start building. Isn't really that much. I do look forward to building like the log cabin, which takes a really long time. So we're just going to build basically a temp shelter, I guess, because we don't really need to pick a location yet. We could just have a temp shelter to live out of until we find a location where we want to build. Here's one of the cave entrances that is really annoying to get in and out of. Lots of cannibalites spawn in there. You know, I wouldn't mind putting my temp base right here. In all seriousness, I would not mind putting my temp base right here. Because it's kind of like weird. So you can pick up 9 sticks now. So you don't have to go back and forth for something like a basic shelter. You can just have 9, so it actually helps you build your first shelter a little bit quicker. That way you don't have to do 2 trips, it's just 1, just for 1 measly stick. Well, that was pretty nice of them. I'm surprised that they actually caught on to that. Like, they must have found that on a forum or something somewhere. Or they just were testing the game and were like, this is really annoying, we should add 1 more slot. And I need to eat some food. Pick up some more sticks and some rocks since I'm all out now. There we go. And go place these down here. I think it's about 5 logs to get the temp shelter built. 8. It is 8 now. It used to be, I think it used to be 5. Could be mistaken though. There we go. I really haven't had any problems with cannibals yet. But based off of what Andrew said, the developer, one of the developers, they are really nice during the second day. They get extremely, they're really nice during the first day. They get extremely curious during the second, and the third is where they just start eating your face. So maybe that was like behind the patch notes where they kind of changed that a little bit and maybe extended it a little while to get yourself started before you start getting mauled. But I mean, most people kind of know how to defend themselves at this point with the flare guns and the Molotovs and all that kind of stuff, so. Timber. 82 logs is a lot, by the way, to build a log cabin with. Just so you know, that's going to be a lot of trees, which is why I kind of want to build extremely close to, like, just like in the forest, kind of. That way it's just the shortest travel distance ever. And I guess, my problems that I've had with log holders in the past actually is just my problem. Some people, a bunch of people already have used log holders and have used them significantly and to their advantage, but every time I use them, they don't seem to work. I press C to put them in the log holder, I've tried G, I've tried every button, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think I only got it work once, back in like a really old patch, so we're gonna see if alcohol is infinite now. It seems like we can't get any more than 7. Does anybody else kind of notice that? Cloth does go down as well. And let's see if we can grab some more booze and just test this to see if you can get more than 7 booze. I don't think so. I could have sworn I picked up way more than 7. We're at 7 now. Let's pick up another 1, 2, 3. 7. So you only can cure 7 now, and it actually disappears after when you're at 7. So Molotovs are no longer infinite. I bet if you were to click like crazy when you had a Molotov out, it would still be infinite in that way, but I just found a flashlight. Hells to the yeah. The only thing we really need is fish. And we did get the cassette player. Sorry, I didn't notice. I kind of just want to find fish to literally finish my inventory. See if we can find any along here. Seems to kind of be getting pretty dark now. Should probably go sleep in a minute here. Yeah, we definitely need to sleep. Which brings us into day 2, which is where the cannibals start getting really frisky. They start getting in your face and they start wondering who the hell you are and what the hell you're doing here, so gotta be kind of careful on day 2 that you don't piss them off early. Day 3 is really actually just start trying to punch you in the face because they don't like you chopping down their trees and stuff, so. Here we go. And sleep. Why did I not sleep till daytime? Oh my god. Dude, no thank you. Whoa. Is this day rise? Oh my goodness. I want to go see if this is the sun coming up. I think it is. It looks like it. Holy crap, is this dark? I think this, yeah, this definitely is sunrise. Yeah, it is. Okay, see, I see the sun rising over that. Wow, is this pitch black? That is new. That's definitely new. It is a lot to have to learn and get used to. Dusk and dawn are extremely pitch black. There's just one log over here, right? We want to keep our flashlight out. It's way too dark for me. Like raise the gamma if I'm running around at night for you guys. If I don't have a flashlight or something. I really can't even see myself any 2 inches past where my flashlight is. Like I can't see anything in there at all. I can't even make out the trees. I can make out the tops of the trees. I can't really make out the trunks though. Oh, we got a nice rainbow. A little boat out there. The guy's like shivering for some reason. I mean, there's not really much left to do besides look for a place to build, so thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. Leave a like if you want to see more, and maybe recommend some places for me to build. I don't really want to build here. This is just a temp base. Maybe a home away from home if I need to save, if I'm really far away. Kind of want to build somewhere in there, mainly because I'll be really close to trees, and the trips for trees will not be that long back and forth. And we could use log holders and giant walls around our log cabin once it's done, and a whole bunch of options that we can have. Oop, I missed you and hit your friend. Well, now you're both dead. But thank you guys for stopping by today's episode, and I will see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time, and every day after that. Adios.